Okay, students, let's just start. Okay, so these are the questions. So what you will do, you will quickly write the answers for these. Okay, you will get 10 questions. Okay, and sorry, 8 questions, and after that we'll discuss. Clear? So you can start. 8 questions you have for MCQ. Write it down, and after that we'll discuss, and you can correct them there only. Girls, let me know. I'll scroll it down. Okay. Girls, can you hear me? Am I audible? Yes. Are students done till question number 7? Okay. So I'm scrolling it down. One more question, then we'll discuss. Okay, guys. So now let's just discuss the answers. Okay. So the very first question is data collected for the first time from the source of origin is called, will you tell me? Primary data? Yes. And what kind of data are contained in the census of population and national income estimate for the government? Okay. So census of data, or where they are also included in which part? Tell me. Tell me. Who will tell me?
Secondary data.
Yeah. Why? Because you are collecting it from some other national income estimations or something, right? Then which of the following is a method of secondary data? Tell me. Mhm. Tell me. Secondary data. Okay. Others? It's none of these. Why? See, over here I have written questionnaire. Questionnaire means I am going and I am asking them to fill it up. I have not written schedule. Right? So, clear? Yeah? Okay, third one
Yes,
is D.
ma'am.
Yeah, you can check third one is D. Okay, fourth one. Which of the following is merit of a good questionnaire? It should be difficult. It should have less number of questions, not in order or invalid. This, right?
Yeah.
Then which of the following method is used when an investigator collects the required information with the informant? Next, in order to know the linking and disliking of the listener of the program broadcast by the Himachal Akashvani, the latter is keen to collect data. Which method of collecting data will be suitable for it?
D.
B or D?
Yeah.
This?
D. Yeah.
Okay, others? Others? Yeah, it's correct. Enumerator method, right? Then schedule are filled by. Who filled the schedule? Tell me. Enumerator? Yeah. And question are filled by the person itself. And then which of the following is a source of secondary data? Government publications, right? Yeah. Okay. So now this one. Let's just discuss them. Okay. So first is data originally collected in the process of investigation is known as original, so it is primary. Yes. Then data are collected from the published or unpublished reports. Yes, secondary. Primary data collection is comparatively costlier than the secondary data. Then under mailing method, question are mailed to the informant. Informant is the person who will give information. Yes, enumerator are basically who will collect, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Next is a person who helps in investigation in collecting the data. Here, it's enumerator, right? He helps. And then sixth, in dash, the entire information is recorded by informant itself. So it's question. Okay. Now this one true false, quickly do it, then we'll discuss. Okay, so let's just discuss. First is if we collect the data by some other person, is this known as secondary? Yes, ma'am, it is. Right? Then indirect oral investigation is applied when the field of investigation is very limited. So, ma'am, indirect oral investigation is applied when the field of investigation is very limited. No, ma'am. Indirect is used when the field of investigation is very large. Right? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then primary data involves more time and more expenses. Of course, it is costlier in terms of time as well as in terms of money. Okay. Then investigator is a person who plans and conduct the empirical investigation independently, right? That is the person who is going to do the investigation. Then approximation error occurred due to miscalculation. No, ma'am. Right?
False.
Miscalculation is used. Miscalculation comes, for example, you are taking centimeter and I am collecting data in meter, right? But approximation cannot cause approximation does not comes because of miscalculation. Miscalculation is basically, for example, you are adding 2 and 3. Your answer is 5, but my answer is 10. So of course it is miscalculation, but not this. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now these are the questions. Primary data you already know. Secondary data you know. What are the two sources of data? Okay. Primary and secondary. Then name two important sources of secondary data. So government publication and semi-government. So these are important sources of secondary data. Then what will be the kind of data published by railway department regardless to the progress of railway? So of course they will present the progress of railway. Okay. And that is known as secondary data. Then write down a few parameters on which statistical information is published. So of course size, they are talking about census. So you have the parameters, right? Size, growth, rate and distribution, population projection, density of population, sex composition. So all these are the part of census parameter. Clear? Clear? No? Okay. Okay. So these are the things only. It's repeated. So we are done with this chapter. Now, with this chapter only, there's a part where we'll be discussing few things. Just let me give me 1 minute. Let me just share the screen. You can see my screen.
Yes, teacher.
So I will tell you what we are going to do. See, you have two methods to collect the data, like the census or the sample method. So we'll discuss first census and the sample. Very, very important chapter, like it's a part of secondary data only, right? So now it's like census and sample. What is the difference basically? Sample and census. You are collecting the data, not a secondary data. You are basically collecting the data. So what you can do, census is basically, let's just discuss first. Census is basically, for example, this is the country. These are the people. Okay. Over census, what you will do, this is me. I will go to him, then him, then him, then him. Like I will visit home to home. Okay, and then I'll collect the data. But for sample, for example, this is a country over here. These are the people. So what I will do, I will randomly pick two people. I will do survey with them, and then on the basis of these two people only, I will make the conclusion. Over here, I'm visiting everyone individually, and then I'm making the conclusion that house number 1, these are the information, house number B, like this. And sample is basically sample, you know, na? For example, whenever, for example, you are using any hair product, right? So you take few samples and then you try. If you feel like it's good, then you purchase the entire box. Others, you skip it, right? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, we are going to start this, and there are high chances, like 70% chances are there that you will be getting one question either on census or on sample. So be ready for this. Okay, census and the sample method. So basically, what first of all, let's just discuss what is census and what is sample. Okay, so wait, let me just give you the thing. Okay, so over here, see, you can see this is the population. Okay, and over here you are collecting some samples. Okay, so you have basically two methods to do statistical inquiry. One is your census method and one is your sample method. Okay, so let's just discuss for census method. Ma'am, what is census method? So census method is that method in which data are collected covering every item of the universe. Universe you already know, right? Universe basically refers to the population, right? Relating to the problem under investigation, right? So over here, what you are doing in census method, what I told you, I will go to everyone and then I will collect the data, right? So census is a method in which data are collected covering every item of universe or population relating to problem under investigation. Okay, then coming to the suitability of census method. Ma'am, what is the suitability, right? So for when you are going to use the census method, first, when population size is small. Second, widely diverse items. So for example, over here you can see someone is English speaking, someone is Hindi speaking, someone is Gujarati speaking, someone is you can say Arabic speaking, someone is Sanskrit speaking, like this. So of course you cannot take these two people and make a conclusion because there is a diverse thing, right? So over here also, which method you will use, census or the sample? So ma'am, census one, because everyone, there is a diversification, and sample method is being used when, for example, all these products are of same quality and everything. So you choose any two, you use that product. If you feel like that it's good, you will continue with that. Okay. Then what are the merits, ma'am? First, reliable and accurate. So with the help of, because over here you are using, then you will write this. This is because each and every item of population is studied. That's why the data which you will get from census method is going to be reliable as well as accurate. Okay. Then less bias, because you are yourself, you are going and you are collecting the data. So less bias is this. Why? Then you will again write it is because of the absence of investigation discretion regarding to the selection of sample item. Okay. For example, over here, these are the students. Okay. So over here, I have to take samples. So what I can do, I can do the favoritism, right? That, okay, these are my favorite students. So what I will do, I will take them for the sample, right? But over here, you don't have to take any samples. So of course, it is less biased. Then extensive information. Extensive information is basically, for example, I am visiting everyone's home, right? And then I'm collecting the data. So if I want to take additional data, for example, that person, I asked him how many, how many vehicles you have in your home. So he said one. So I can ask him like when you purchased it, right? What is the model? I can take the extensive information, like extra information, right? So information collected through the census method is quite exhaustive and therefore more meaningful because all the item of universe are explained, right? Examined. Then study of diverse characteristics. So census method is suitable when you are going to study about the diverse characteristics, not about only single. Then study of complex investigation. So see, if for example over here I have students of 11th class, all the students are 11th class, so I can choose them. But over here in a class, there are 11th class students, 10th class, 9th class, 8th, 6th. So of course, this is complex study. So over there also, what I will use census method as compared to the sample method. Okay. Then indirect investigation. So census method can be successfully used in indirect investigation related to unemployment, poverty, and corruption. So if you want to collect the data related to unemployment, poverty, and corruption, so you should go for census method. Why? Because see, if you want to, these are the people, right? So, for example, you want to know about the poverty level. You chose these two people as a sample, and you are doing it. You are taking survey of the, like you are taking survey, right? So, what? Of course, they are. For example, they are very rich, right? So, conclusion you will be making that these people are very rich and all that, right? But over here, you can see rest people were poor, right? So that's why in this case, like poverty, corruption, and unemployment, you should go for the census method, not for the sample method. Sorry, you should go for census method, not for the sample method. Okay. Then what are the demerits, ma'am? First of all, it is very costly, right? You are visiting everyone individually. So census method is costly, right? In terms of time, money, efforts, everything. Then large manpower. Over here, see, if the population of a country is 1 crore, so of course you cannot, you alone cannot cover the data for 1 crore people, right? So you will be hiring the enumerators, right? So large manpower is needed. So and proper training should be given to those people so that they can collect the relevant data, right? They're not suitable for large investigation. So if you want to do large investigation, then in that case also this is not suitable. Clear? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, you will write chapter census and sample method of collection of data. This is a part of collection of data itself, right? But over here, we are only discussing census and the sample method, not the other part. Secondary, primary, we have already discussed. So quickly write it down, census and sample method in bracket collection of data. Or what you can do, just write collection of data, census and sample method. Quickly write it down, then I'll tell you what you have to do.
Done, teacher.
Okay, so after this, what you will do, you will just draw this one. Methods of statistical information, then 2 parts, and then you will make hashtag census method and the definition.
Teacher, I finished.
Okay, others?
Done, ma'am.
And you have to write suitability and write suitability then from here. First, second, third, fourth. Okay, 4 points and then the merits. Girls done. Marriage part.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So let's just do this. Hmm.
Done, ma'am.
Others done.
Please cover.
Okay. So basically we are done with the census method. In the next class, we'll start with the sample method, and similarly everything suitability, marriage, remarriage, everything we'll be doing. And after that, we'll be doing the methods of sampling, very, very important topic, and then we'll be done with this chapter. Okay.
So can we go to the merits part? I will then write the last one.
Okay, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, marriage. Wait.
No,
Last.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the remerits one, the remerits
Oh,
one.